concluded the first session with a number of wards selected in Buffalo City, in the coastal, to have an engagement with the communities coming from all these wards on the amendment of rules and standing orders of council. Yes, these standing orders of council were last amended in 2011, and we thought now is the time to engage in that process of amending the rules of order for Council of Buffalo City. And indeed, people came, and in fact came prepared to take part in amending their rules. And I think the first key question that they raised is that of appreciating participation in council proceedings.
But I thank you guys, Galemina namhlanje, ukubana nizi Buffalo City, i-community nithi ihamba njena into yokuceba ngo-ward committees ne-council meetings.
And I think for us it's quite critical because it's democracy in action. And I say councillors in Buffalo City are only 100, but they represent a number of people. And therefore those people beyond this 100 must have a say on how we're dealing with issues of council. Rules of council are to ensure that we do everything according to book. But that rule book is also based in the Constitution of the Republic, where everybody must take part in everyday life in these communities.
I've got two areas of issues to raise. One is about the public access to meetings and the agenda papers, and the second one is about section 21 of the rules relating to motions. You said before that previously, before COVID, members of the public had access to the meetings by sitting in the gallery, and if they were there on time, they would have access to the agenda papers before they went out.
And taking part in everyday life, they take part through their representatives as ward councillors and PR councillors. And I think what they raised today was that, yes, they had this experience, but COVID-19 came with a barrier to them, because council meetings from 2020, when COVID started in South Africa, everything was done. Council meetings were convened virtually, and they had a difficulty in accessing, first and foremost, data to connect to Microsoft, but also networks in the areas where they stay. So their participation was very minimal because our meetings, sometimes they take more than 8 hours.
Welcome, 116. 116, welcome.
But secondly, is how information goes to them, especially for this session. That yes, they agree it came on the 21st or 23rd of February, and they say it's a short space of time. They were not able to interact with the rules, and therefore we must find other means of informing them, which we have done. Ward councillors are supposed to be very, to be on point in terms of communicating with them.
Why public hearings zibanjwa during working office hours, where the majority of people are at work, who might be having an interest in terms of what contribute with amendments? Why?
It's not the reason the state is silent, the state is too small.
In council, in terms of decisions that council takes where they are not present, they take time to go to them as a report back. And I think this is what we get from them. But we agreed that because they say they were not that ready because of the information, we agreed that they must, we will accept the written submissions for those who were not able, first to come, but also those who came ill-prepared because they didn't have information. We've agreed that they can submit their submissions from today until we finish. So far, the criticisms that they came up with, saying, why now? Because this thing was last done in 2011. Why do we come with it now? Simple. The Rules Committee that has been sitting was dealing with the engagement and the slight amendments on rules. But this is a new council of 2021 November. But we have taken that decision that we must engage in this matter.
It's unconstitutional. Now, but every time community ifuna ukwenza demonstrations, ipikethe, i-celebration zazo. Besides this is swapa masipala ngesana. Asimacha sisana petition yethu kulolu hlobo. Funeka silandeleza processes. That one I believe is not amended. Because the way demonstrations are constitutional because we don't have a paper, anything, you must go and you must go, and so on. So your question is simple, how do you make sure that the rules are in line or a council is in line with the Constitution?
What the rules are said, are they in line with the Constitution of the Republic and all of us? We were saying let that for public hearings to listen to yourself.
Because participatory meetings is recorded as if virtual, the public is not accessible. Do we have them on the website? And is there a recommendation in the resolution in council? But we are either going to devise a way of sending app as of Africa, as of data's name. Those are what we access a council meeting. You born about what's the road, and I saw what's the parliament. There's morning discussions, and I saw what the sense of the man was in that. But right now, with what Mr. Gould was suggesting, that you have a link, abanye bethu don't have data. And those council meetings can go up to 8 hours at a time. So you need to think in push a council by my because you're in the resolution council there. And then was the issue of the access of the agenda paper.
This process helped us a great deal, and I think it's what we must continue beyond the rules and standing orders of council. Even other committees must improve on communication, because I think what is an issue to them is communication with us. But I think we have taken everything that they raised, and it will find its way to the amendments of these rules.
Eminye imicimbi kanti ezinye iincwadi zikamasipala zisiwa kwakooceba. Ndiyayithanda le speaker this exercise that we're doing. It will assist no councillor Majeke on the public hearings the
Kukho into ye-communication. I think Mr. Zidebe touchile kuyo kancinci, which I believe part rules in Rule 9. Rule 9, they will tell a notice of meetings and service of notice and agenda. Abantu mabaqhelanise nee-offices of council.
But as soon as the communication iphumayo elolu kushiwo but uceba une-responsibility yokuyidispersa to the community. Ii-mechanisms zininzi ethandwa kakhulu these days, Speaker. Each word we know uceba une-WhatsApp.
Tina, as the councillors, we are there for the public. And at any time, the public needs to know that our doors are open, our offices are open, so that we can be able to see the night. And also, we are going to speaker that we have meetings of this kind, where we are able to abandon because sometimes it's always us as councillors that we stand and say, but if they are part of these meetings and we're able to add their value as well, I think it sends an andonato, and they are relevant. So, singabanye besingazi kodwa namhlanje ingqondo zethu zivulekile. Xa siphuma apha siphuma noko sinento esiyiphethe esandleni.
Now we're done with this part of councillors that are in starting from Quidney and all other areas that are around town, up to what, 50. We're done with them today. Tomorrow we're going to Gombo Hall, same time, 10 o'clock. And in Gombo Hall, it will be wards that are in Dangen Village, Gombo, as an area. Starting from Ward 1, the announcement is there already, but we're trying by all means to areas that are like Dangen Village to make the hall central so that people can even walk to the hall. So it's starting at 10 o'clock. We'll be doing the same thing. We expect a dynamic citizenry like what we had here today in those meetings tomorrow. We're starting at 10 o'clock, we'll be there. Citizens must come prepared. That's all we're asking. As I say, there is no wrong question, there is no wrong comment, there is no wrong criticism. We take all that and integrate in our daily work as councillors. All councillors in that area, from wards to PR, must lead those communities to be in Gombo Hall at 10 o'clock. Thank you very much.